This week in Apex, the new rank split started, Season 14's theming was leaked, and we've got some Nessie-themed merch in the store coming up now.
No, do not give up.
What's up, Apex fans? My name is NoctWolfe, and welcome to This Week in Apex, the show where I take all the news from around the Outlands and serve it up in one 3-star dish for you. Wink. This week, the new ranked split has started. Ranked this season has been notoriously difficult. Last season, the top 4% of Apex players were in Masters rank. This season, the top 1.3% of players are in Platinum or higher. Platinum! There's been a lot of complaining from the community at large, including pro players, that this system might be a little too difficult. Respawn has listened and put in some balance changes for this split that include lowering the entry costs for each rank by 10 points. This would make the rank system a little bit more forgiving. But do you think that's enough? Leave it in the comments. What do you think would help the ranked system be a little bit more balanced, or do you think it's fine the way it is? Also, this week in Apex, the theme for Season 14 has been leaked. Supposedly, the theming for next season is going to be Hunter-Predator. It's gonna be all green and jungly. Kinda gives me some Season 1 Wild Hunt vibes, but instead of red, green. The new legend is supposedly going to be Vantage in this coming season. Some concept art of her is floating around the internet. She's supposedly going to be a surveillance legend from the same clan that Bloodhound is from on Talos, or in some way related to Bloodhound. Does this mean more Bloodhound lore? She'll supposedly have some kind of bird that she can throw out as a tactical to track enemies. I'm just hoping she doesn't turn into like Crypto V2. We already have Bloodhound V2, Lifeline V2, Wraith V2, kinda. I know, Ash has been around since Titanfall 2, but I mean, they both Portal, right? Kinda. Either way, we don't need a Mirage V2 because he makes his own clones. Wink. Nah, but I'm optimistic for the next season, and I'm looking forward to getting back into ranked once it starts. If you want to see me play, come follow on the purple app. Also this weekend, Apex fans, this is not a drill. Respawn has added Nessie pool floats to their store. If you want to have the most adorable pool float in the Outlands, make sure you check it out. Or if you want other Apex fans randomly coming up to you while you're at the beach or the pool being like, hey, I like your float. And you can be like, oh, thanks, who do you main? And then, you know, make new friends because Nessies are just kind of a conversation piece. Also this week in Apex, the next episode of this season's story also launched in-game. This chapter is called Insight and Insights. It takes place from the perspective of Mirage, and for the most part is kind of filler. We already knew that none of the legends were really operating in sync. This is just more of them kind of bumbling into each other and not working well to take out the mercenaries in the warehouse. The profound information that came from this story was that Bangalore finally says out loud her beef with Wraith. Bangalore's not a big fan of Wraith right now because she thinks Wraith gave her bad intel. She blames Wraith for thinking that Jackson was dead. Wraith was the one that told Bangalore that Jackson's body had been found on Solace and cremated. Wraith is also understandably angry because she thought that Bangalore and her were working together. Why didn't Bangalore tell Wraith that Jackson was alive? Wraith had spent every spare minute she had trying to help Bangalore, and she wanted a little bit of reciprocation. Bangalore is supposed to be helping Wraith find out about her past, but now Bangalore was so caught up in her own drama, that's not happening. This all came to a head near the end of the chapter. Bangalore turns to Mirage and Wraith and says, you're not family, stop digging into my business. Just because you can't figure out your own life doesn't mean you have to dig into mine. This was completely out of pocket by Bangalore, and Mirage is not having it. I literally can't bring to mind a time when I saw Mirage serious in the lore, except for this. Mirage snaps at Bangalore, that's enough, you should leave. He then turns to try to console Wraith, reminding her that they do have a lead on her past, the mercenary with the gauntlet in the warehouse from last chapter. But we'll have to wait till next week to see where that leads. Finally, this week in Apex, a new map concept was leaked. According to Early Game, a gaming news website, the new map will be called Divided Moon. This will be a Battle Royale map taking place on the planet of Boreas. This is notable because Boreas is the home planet of Seer, and Seer has, like, basically no lore, no story, purely a filler legend, at least to this point. Does this mean Seer is gonna get more lore? Because literally right now, Mirage's trophy has more lore than Seer. There's some hope for our tiny dancer yet. But that's it for this week in Apex. My name is NoctWolfe. Make sure to like this video if you dig this kind of content, and subscribe if you want to see more. Maybe hit that notification bell if you're feeling frosty. Wink. And Apex fans, I'll see y'all next time on This Week in Apex.